So next up, we're going to go ahead and set up some insulation stuff. So these things I've been super stoked about, because when you first get into hammock camping, you start looking at stuff online and you're like, holy crap, that's super expensive. Because that's what I did. You look at top quilts, under quilts, down synthetic, no matter what it is, we're talking hundreds of dollars. And then a couple years ago, I stumbled across this product from this company, Snugpak. And yeah, it's not the most lightweight, or it might not be rated for extreme conditions, but I tell you what, I've used some of these products in the winter camping here in the Midwest, and it gets freezing cold and it's held up just great. So we're going to go ahead and get set up. We're going to do the Snugpak Cocoon system. I've already done an older video on their older. You can check that out right up here. And then I was super excited that they sent me their new and improved under quilt and top quilt. So we'll set that up as well and talk about that. I just want to take this time right here and thank Snugpak for sending me this stuff to test out and to use, and I definitely am going to recommend it from here on out for anybody just getting started, or anybody that just needs some moderate gear for certain climates. Super good quality, super good customer service. The people that I spoke with at Snugpak were nothing but friendly and graceful, and just really good people. So I want to thank them, and just a reminder, this is not sponsored by Snugpak. They're not paying me to say any of this, so I'm not biased to say whether I like it or if I don't like it. So if there are things that I don't like, I will point them out. But so far, with the gear that I've tested, I don't have a lot of negative things to say. So just wanted to throw that out there, and we'll go ahead and get set up on some of the insulation properties and the hammock cocoon system, the hammock under quilt and top quilt. So let's go ahead and get that started. Alright, so easiest way here is I'm going to go ahead and just pull this stake. And we'll just flip this over here so you guys can see what's going on. So this here is the hammock cocoon system. I have that older video. Go ahead and check the card of the older version, and this is the new and improved version. Yeah, it looks a little bit big. You can pack it down quite a bit smaller with these compression straps, but for the money and what you get out of it, it's a great piece of gear. So we'll go ahead and get this set up, and I'll show you what we're working with. So what I've found so far, the best way to set this up is to have your hammock already strung up, just as the way I have it here. We'll just loosen these straps. Go ahead and deploy this bag here. And as you can see, this thing is absolutely huge. So what you want to do is find, you have two tapered ends. One is smaller than the other. So this side here is obviously a little bit fatter, so that's going to be my head end. So what I tend to do, without getting it too dirty, find your foot end, your head end. And then what I do is I take my hand, and there's a cavity on each end, and I just run it through like that, like a big old sleeve, and then you disconnect your ridgeline in your hammock, and then you feed it through. So we'll go ahead and get rid of the ridgeline here, and then we'll disconnect that, and then I'll just pull this through, and then we'll hook it back up. I'll get my ridge line. Hook that back up. I'll get you a little closer so you can see what we're doing. So on their older models, one thing I disliked about it, which I still have, was they did not provide these bungee right here. So you can actually take these bungee cables that are integrated with these loops and just clip them onto your hammock. So that's your head end. We'll go ahead and go to the foot end and repeat that process here. And bam, you have great insulation, 360 degrees all the way around you. We'll come here, and then here's your zippers, real good zipper pulls, and as you can see on the inside they have added orange pulls, which is a great improvement from the old one, because I don't know how many times I was using that old one and from the inside you're trying to find that black zipper and it was just a pain in the butt. So we'll go ahead and unzip this, and this actually works pretty well. In my last winter camp video, beginning of 2018, I'll go ahead and throw a link right up there. Feel free to check that out. I did go ahead and use this as pretty much just an underquilt. It's a full length underquilt when you leave it zipped open like this. So the best way to do this, let me back you up here. Go ahead and get in here. Have it completely. One thing you want to make sure is that you do find your hammock, that you actually don't sit. Oh, let's see, you're not going to be in frame, are you? Sit on the actual hammock here, and then put your feet in. Normally I'd have my boots off. But what I do is I just reach up, flip this around, and then just zip it up. Try to get your positioning, and you can sleep like that. It's a hot one today, so I'm not going to get fully submerged in this thing, but I call it my big green bean, because when it is real cold, you can zip this up here. You can zip this. I always zip that down about my head, pull this closed, and you can just have your head out. It looks kind of silly. I'm going to lay in it kind of like a green bean so that you can at least see me and hear me. But it's wide enough where you can get a little bit of an angle on it. You can't get your full angle on it. Whew, man. But 360 degrees of insulation. Just a small opening at the top and the bottom. And if it gets real cold, you can just leave yourself a little head hole. Holy cow. I can't stay in there too much longer. That's almost too hot. Alright, so I'll give you a close-up here. Here you have the stitchings for the actual tie-outs, and you can see it's just looped there with these bungee cables, and I just have it hooked up into my carabiner. And then it's got a real good material. It's an antimicrobial, so it really keeps that stank down after you know, a week of sleeping in here. Here's the zippers. It is all YKK zippers. I don't know if you can see that. My camera's having an issue focusing. Along the zipper, and I believe this is a they improved this from their last model, is it actually has a baffle. So when you zip it closed, you actually have a baffle all the way along the zipper to keep any draft or anything down. And as I said before, there's your orange zipper pulls on the inside, so at night and you're in there and you got to get out to go do your business in the middle of the night, it's easy to get out. This is the head end. We'll come down here. This is the foot end zipper. Same thing all the way down to the tail end. Same construction for tie-outs there. So there's your tie-outs, and up to your carabiner or tie out. So it kind of looks like a mess here, but if you do it this way, it's super easy to take apart. You just undo your carabiner, wham, bam, and thank you, ma'am. Everything's disconnected. So all in all, what do I think of this product? It is absolutely, for the price, the best sleeping system for moderate temperatures. Now you can integrate this with a heavy-duty sleeping bag or top quilt and definitely get sub-zero. I took it down to, I think it was the low 20s on my winter camp and was actually sweating. Now I did have a negative 20-degree sleeping bag, but it does a great job retaining your heat. Alright, so what do I think of the Cocoon system? I absolutely love it. As I said, it does a great job retaining your body heat. For temperatures like this, as you can see, I am freaking sweating my butt off. And it's about, I don't know, high 70s, but just that short time that I was in there, whew, man, did it get hot. The only thing that I guess you could say is a con about it is the overall width. Now, I'm about 6'1", 6'2" on a good day. And when I get in there and I try to get my angle so I have a nice flat lay, it is a little bit snug. So come morning time or in the middle of the night when you wake up, you do tend to kind of shift to the banana position, you know, where you have that real slope in how you're sleeping. But it does a great job keeping you warm. So next up we do have the under blanket and hammock quilt. So let's go ahead and get that set up and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, so next up, if the Snugpak Cocoon system isn't for you, don't worry. They have alternative options here. Next up is their under blanket and top quilt. So, yeah, it looks a little big, but it's about the same size, a little bit more weight than the Cocoon system, but here you have two individual products. So right here you have the hammock quilt. And then here you have the under blanket. So we'll go ahead and get these set up so you can see what these are. Well, first off, you're going to take your under blanket, which is just like an under quilt, and this is all the same quality, same materials as the Cocoon system. Nice stuff sack. Go ahead and loosen that up and deploy it here. Good stuff sacks on everything. And we'll go ahead, and as you can see here, it's the same diamond pattern, if you can see that, diamond pattern as the Cocoon system, antimicrobial as well. And this is just as it says, it's like an underquilt. So we'll go ahead and get this set up. This as well has the same type of tie-outs and everything as the Cocoon system. You have these bungee cords with these keepers so that you can adjust it on each side, and in the middle, the ends, if you deploy it, you actually have these two and two outer two to secure it to your hammock. So let's go. And then, same deal, when you go to sit into it, just make sure that you have your hammock and not the underquilt. As you can see there, pretty quick and easy to set up. We'll just go ahead and sit down in the hammock. And then, when you lay down, you can just position it how you want. And it's got these cinch cords down. You just pull these tight, and then it really contours your lower half. And then you can adjust it on each end however you want, so that sometimes you can get it real tight so it's around your shoulders. And there you go. On those nice chilly days, when that cold air is flowing underneath you. You got enough loft in here where it's not too tight on your bottom side, and it's almost a full length. If not, I mean, like I said, I'm about 6'1", 6'2", and this covers my whole body. Really enjoy it. So we'll go ahead and do the top quilt and show you what that looks like. Alright, so the top quilt comes in the same style stuff sack here. We'll go ahead and loosen this up and deploy the top quilt. And what this is just like a lightweight sleeping bag without the zipper. So what makes this great is that it's the same material, that same diamond pattern material that you get with every other product, and you have a nice foot box. So if you can see that, there's a nice foot box, and then you have these wings on each side that you'll use to tuck down. So we'll go ahead and sit down. Show you what that is. So I already got my underquilt right there. So we'll go ahead, sit in the hammock, get in the hammock, adjust your underquilt to your likings. When you find your foot box, which is right here, throw it down, shove your feet inside of it, and then, as I said, it's got these little wings on there. What you do is you take those, stuff them down underneath you, and then you still have plenty of material here where you can have your arms out, arms in. And voila, this has been my go-to it's a chupacabra or a squirrel, but I can't lay in here too long because that stuff is hot. Good quality material. There's your logo. Don't forget that name. Alright, so all in all, I absolutely am in love with these products. Yeah, they might not be the most, I don't know, the most compact, the most lightweight. They do weigh a little bit. And if you're, sitting there counting grams, then they might not be for you. But for all you people out there that are just getting started in hammock camping or just tarp camping, this stuff, for the price, is an absolute great deal. The quality, the material, the ease of use, everything is just absolutely great. And I want to thank Snugpak. I'm so happy to be using your gear. I want to thank you for giving me the chance to review your products and sending this gear to me so I could enjoy the outdoors, and I really had a great time reviewing this stuff. I had a lot more video from Montana, from our Montana trip, but I unfortunately lost a lot of that footage, but hopefully this does the job and does a good job explaining how good and what good quality this stuff is for a reasonable price. So thanks for taking time out of your day and checking out this video. If you haven't already, check out the links down below and check out the Snugpak gear. The stuff that they have for hammock camping is just unbelievable for the price. Thank you guys, the viewers, for checking out this stuff and supporting me on this journey. Feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that red subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And if you are a subscriber, be sure to click that little bell notification button down below so that you're notified every time that we upload a new video. So this is Matt with Outside the Box. Thanks for stopping by and checking out this video, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.